You are listening to Doug Thugging. It is Saturday, January 30th, 9:10 in the evening. My wife is out with her friends eating food somewhere. And so she's out of the house. And I actually did this at the laundromat. And there's just too many distractions. And a lady was using like 6 or 7 fucking dryers for all of her shit. And so I tried to go outside and do it at the tram stop, and there's too many motherfuckers walking by, and I look like an absolute asshole. So I decided to bring it home. I've already done 5 minutes and fucked that up, so I'm starting again. Yes, I am. So a couple of weeks ago, someone from the States SMS'd me because I put my phone number, my mobile number up on my website, and he goes, "Tell me more about modes." No hello, no, So I thought it's got to be a kid because nobody. I mean, you get older, it's like, "Hi, Doug." First off, it'd probably be an email. "Hi, Doug. How are you? Blah blah blah. My name is this. I'd like to know what your thoughts are on that." And I get emails like that every now and then, and I'm happy to answer those. But no, this was so blunt. I was actually fucking pissed off, and I told my wife, and she's like, "Look. A, this is what you get for putting your fucking phone number on your website. I have since taken it down. And B, if you find out that it is a kid, help the fucker. When you were that age, you probably wanted help. And I did. I wanted, my dad wouldn't let me take guitar lessons, not even if I used my own money, because he was just that kind of fucking guy. Music is for the fucking losers of the world, and your best bet is to go into sales and make a killing doing that. So I Googled the phone number, found out that the area code is from Florida, and it's a teenage kid from Florida, and he wants to know modes. So I go, "Okay, look, I need to see your guitar playing, so send me a 2-minute clip of your guitar playing," which he did, and he played Van Halen's "On Fire," and like he sounds like a teenage kid playing guitar. So it's like, look, before I can even go and talk to you about modes, you're gonna have to learn some basic shit like tuning your fucking guitar. And just shit like that, Do you know the 5 positions or the 5 boxes of the minor pentatonic scale? Can you alternate pick? If so, how? Just really kind of basic shit. Do you know the difference between a major chord and a minor chord? Do you know your note names? Just, shit you really not. Motherfuckers just, it's like they see a motherfucker on YouTube or some shit. They just want to learn how to sweep or something like, you know what I mean? Show me how to play like Holdsworth. Without working for it or, going through the proper steps because, fuck, it ain't that fucking easy. And if it is, somebody show me how to play like fucking Holdsworth because I'm dying to know. So anyways, the kid's name, I'm not going to say it, but I've also decided, fuck, I might as well I think I'm going to do a couple more lessons on modes. I'm going to do a couple more clips on modes, and they're going to be quick, and they're going to be do as I say, do what I do, and shut the fuck up. And it'll basically be the first one, which I probably will do tonight. It's just going to be the chords of the C major scale. You know what I mean? Like the accompanying chords. I don't know, the modes of this, whatever. So basically, it's going to be 2 clips. It's going to be one clip is going to be the chords. The other clip is going to be the fucking scale that goes over that chord shape, whatever. You know what I mean? And then from there, use math, figure it out. You learn how to transpose, move shit around, whatever the fuck you got to do. Because that's all I did. I had a friend that went to GIT, I don't know, this was like 87 or 88, and he showed me one 3-note per string scale, and I believe, I told him I wanted it in A minor, so he showed me F Lydian. And from there, I just grabbed a piece of paper, I marked out the whole fucking guitar neck, and I broke it down into 3-note per string sections. And I basically taught myself how to play in A minor. And then after that, I've figured out that, well, if you move all this shit or if you move that whole fucking shape around, you can play in other keys. So obviously the lowest guitar strings back then were the A string and the E string. And a lot of the metal those were the keys you played in. So I learned how to play very fluently in A minor, very fluently in E minor. Don't have me play in F. Don't have me play in A flat, or there's going to be fucking issues. But that's all I did, and whatever. You just got to fucking I know everybody wants to do it the easy way, but at some stage, you're going to have to fucking work for it, you know? Unless you're uber fucking talented. The only way to fucking do it is like that 10,000 hour rule applies, you know? It's not that I'm better than you, sir. I've just done these certain things for fucking hours on end. When I was like between the ages of 18 and 21, I did between 2 and 6 hour days. And and a lot of it was metronome. Yes, it was. And, you know, I was fairly strict on myself, but there's way stricter and there's way more talented than me. I'm basically known as the fucking, you know, an Eddie Van Halen teacher. That's pretty much it. But I've done some shit. So, yes, I'll be doing some videos on modes probably tonight. It depends on what time the little lady comes home. And there's nothing worse than being in the groove and then she interrupts your shit and she's like, turn it off. Mama's home. And you're like, ah, fuck. Go back out for another hour, please. So February and March are going to be fucking wild months for me, and I'll tell you why. I got a close friend named Will Gaffney. He's getting married to Jacinta Power, and they're great people, and we love them very much, and they've actually asked me to MC their wedding, which I'll do. I'm probably going to drink at his bachelor party, and I'm probably going to drink at the wedding, and that's it for Feb and me drinking, and I'll probably maybe exercise, ride the bike a little bit more just to kind of get into shape and not lose the sobriety momentum. But, you know, fuck, I'm not going to be so stringent that I'm not going to drink at what are monumental events in someone's life. So, yeah, well, I'm drinking, motherfucker. Got a nice new suit, be wearing that, and I'm going to be drinking. I don't think I'm going to get blasted like I used to, but, you know. And I'll drink at the end of the wedding, not during the fucking wedding when I've got to MC shit and get all saucy, because that's rude. So, yeah, that'll be good. And I'd tell you about the Bucks Night, which is the Australian equivalent or the American equivalent of a bachelor party, but it's a surprise, and I can't fuck that up. Not that Will would listen to this. I don't even listen to this. So, there you go. So, that happens in February, and then in March, they're going away to Japan, and I'm staying at their house in Northcote to feed their cat, Josie, which I love and I'm allergic to, but I'll do it anyways because she's fucking awesome. But she also gets lovey-dovey and scratches and bites the fuck out of you and hisses and shit because she's just too into it. So, yeah, and if there wasn't a cat there, I would not stay because I like horror movies, and when I go to bed at night and I'm by myself, I'll just think of, like, serial killers, people waiting to chop me up, ghosts in the motherfucking house, all kinds of, like, I freak myself out. I love it. I love being scared. But not when you're trying to go to sleep because you got to work the next day. So as long as there's a pet there, because they can sense all that wacky bullshit. And you know what? I'd probably snore so loud they wouldn't be able to get near me anyways. So who knows? So, yeah, that happens in March, and during that time, I've got a close friend from high school, Charlie. He's coming out to visit for about a week. I told him a week is not enough time to do Melbourne, Australia correctly, but you got to, you know, you just got to roll with it, I guess. So I'm actually going to try and take off all that time off work so that I can hang with him, be a chaperone, that kind of shit. Excuse me. And, yeah, he's a photographer, so he wants to take pictures of hot bitches on guitars or on motorcycles and guitar. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I just want to support him and be there for him and just make sure he has a great time. And I did ask him if I can film his experience in Melbourne, and he said abso-fucking-lutely. So while he's out, I'll probably be drinking as well. And I've known Charlie since high school, 11th or 12th grade? I'm going to say 11th grade. And, yeah, he's been there for me when some family shit happened in my life and somebody committed suicide. He drove me all the way. He drove me 3 hours away from San Jose to Fresno so I could attend the funeral. And he slept in his car, you know. It was fucking. And we had to get back that night as well. So, and we were 21 when that happened. So he's always been fucking lovely. And then when I was back in the States last May, or 2 Mays ago. He drove so many hours, I forget, from Oakland, I think, to Morro Bay to hang with me for 2 nights. And he bought me a fucking He bought me a fucking hoodie that says Morro Bay on it. That's the kind of guy Charlie is. He's a fucking, I've got a lot of close friends, and he's definitely one of them. And let me tell you, they're the fucking greatest people on the planet you'd ever want to fucking meet. All of them. Every single fucking one of them. So, yeah, that'll be great. I can't wait. I'm so ecstatic about that. You have no idea. I love when Americans come out to Australia. And I tell everybody, look, I'm pretty dumb. And I've done some dumb shit and whatever. The best thing I ever did was move to Australia. And I fucking believe it, man. I got friends back in California that are renting and saying, this shit's killing us. It's out of control. We want to move to another state because California's too fucking expensive. And, Melbourne continually wins most livable city in the fucking world. And it shits on Sydney. Sorry, Sydney people, but you guys are dicks for the most part. You guys are fucking dicks. Melbourne rules. Sydney thinks they're New York. They're not. They're fucking ruder than New Yorkers. And fuck that shit. But Sydney is beautiful. If you're going to go there, you're going to see a lot of beautiful shit. And you're probably going to get into a lot of arguments with people who think they're fucking great. Just rear back and knock them the fuck out. So I was checking Facebook today, and a buddy of mine from way back when posted a Sinister Sam clip and said, I miss these guys. They were a good band in, way back 20 years ago, whatever the fuck. And Sinister Sam, actually do this. Open another tab in your browser, go to YouTube, type in Sinister Sam Tan Man. And that was the band I was in it started in high school. It started, 12th grade in high school. And basically it was just us playing covers, metal covers with no singer at backyard parties and shit. And then we made one of our friends sing, and he started singing, and it was just a bunch of high school friends, playing gigs in the San Jose area, most notably at the fucking Cactus Club in San Jose. So I think there's like 3 live shows that I've cut up and posted onto YouTube. Check them out because they're fucking awesome, I think. I mean, we were like a cross between Frank Zappa, Pantera, and we'd wear and Mr. Bungle probably. Yeah, absolutely. There were tons of bands like that actually. And we would wear dresses and marching band gear and scuba gear. We wanted to look however the fuck we wanted. We all moved around insanely. We were all trying to, I guess, grab fuck, don't just stand there. If you're playing high energy music, move your fucking ass. And it was fun, man. I mean, musically, you got to play 3 or 4 different styles. You did, we had guitars, we did have shredding guitar solos, but not in every single song. And because it was the 90s, shred was absolutely looked down upon. So instead of completely taking that out of the fucking realm of the music, we didn't have solos in every song. You don't need a solo in every motherfucking song. So we didn't have those. And what else? Oh, me and the other guitar player, Scott, who was my high school friend, we both had the same exact amps and the same exact guitars with the same exact pickups. So we were pretty uniform and tight in that. So we had Ampeg SS140C solid state heads going into, half stack shit. He had better gear. So he had a Mesa Boogie quad and I had a fucking Ampeg quad or some shit, you know what I mean? But I would use for solos, I just use the reverb on the fucking on the foot switch. There was chorus and reverb on the foot switch, and Scotty had IntelliFX, that motherfucker. So he had lead boost and all that shit, and poor Johnny had to rely on the sound guy to turn my fucking ass up. So yeah, but a lot of fun. We'd supported so many fucking good bands. Psychofunkapus, Violence, the thrash band Violence a couple times, I believe. Forbidden, the thrash band Forbidden a couple times. An LA punk band called X. I can't remember all the bands we supported, but we were we started playing when we started playing the Cactus Club, they started they started us out playing on like a Monday. And then we played a couple of Mondays, and they're like, well, fuck this. And then they bumped us up to playing on a Wednesday. And then we played a couple Wednesdays, and like, fuck that. Okay, you can start supporting. And we did, and we fucking loved it. Ooh, somebody's messaging me, Nate Goyer. And check out the vinyl guide on iTunes. The vinyl guide with Nate Goyer. Check that shit out immediately. So, yeah, check out Sinister Sam on YouTube. There's a link on my website, DougSteele.com, whatever the fuck. I don't even know my own website name right now. But, yeah, there's a history there. You see photos and shit. And your Uncle Doug has long hair, which I totally fucking miss. If I could grow my hair out now, down to my ass, I would. But you know what? I'm 47, and I'm fucking going bald. And that is so sad. So sad. I'm so sad. But whatever. Like, if I die, and there's like some sort of spiritual realm where there's a bit of a human avatar going on, and you can kind of look the way you want, I'm going to go back to the age of 24 with my hair dyed blue-black down to my fucking ass. And I'll just float everywhere. And I'll have that Loch Ness Green Ibanez as well. The Loch Ness Green universe that I want, yeah, I'll have that. So, yeah, getting ready to close it down. But before I do, I want to tell you about a band called Vicious Rumors. And some of you may have heard of them. Some of you may not have. But Vinnie Moore used to be in the band. They're 80s metal. They're 80s power metal. Anyways, the first time I ever saw them was with Racer X Live at the Stone in San Francisco. But I just want you to get their shit's on YouTube. Go and just listen to one song because they are fucking awesome. Try two different songs. Try Vicious Rumors On the Edge, or try Vicious Rumors Hellraiser, and that'll give you a taste of what's going on. And yeah, they were supporting Racer X at the Stone in San Francisco, and I think I was about 19 years of age. And I had never been to a club before, but I got in because they let you in it. If in the States, they let you in when you're 18 to see bands and shit. So, the first two bands went on, played for a half hour, and then Vicious Rumors came on, and, they're playing their set. It was good. The singer was fucking amazing. And one of the guitar players, Mark McGee, he was obviously the guy who replaced Vinnie Moore or whatever the fuck. No offense to Jeff Thorpe, but, very hard to find a two guitar playing band where both dudes are fucking righteous. Anyways, Mark McGee is fucking mind blowing. And yeah, he's great. And they released a couple of albums. One of them was Digital Dictator. And the second one was, I think Self-Titled. And those are my two favorites. And but Digital Dictator I really, really liked because they played a lot of those songs. And it kind of takes me back when I listen to that shit. So do yourself a favor, listen to Vicious Rumors, and listen to their whole fucking album. There's so many good songs on both of those albums. Please, tell them Dougie sent you. And I believe I've spoken to Dave Starr, who was their bassist at the time, and he's got like a Vicious Rumors Facebook page or some shit. And he's a cool guy. And I did a blog regarding Mark McGee, because I'd see Mark McGee at shows and stuff, and I'd kind of approach him. And I was a young fucker, and we'd just get to talking about shit. And very approachable and a very nice guy. And I was a little bit in love because the dude could fucking burn on guitar, both rhythms and leads, and do the harmony backup vocals, which that's a fucking keeper. When you can find somebody that can do that, they've got the edge. On the edge. Anyways. Okay, I think I'm going to close it up, but before I do, I just want to tell you who my two favorite guitar teachers are on YouTube. One of them is Rick Graham. Have you ever seen that fucking guy? His technique is fucking phenomenal. I think he's one of these dudes that, studied proper. And I think he studied in classical music because you can kind of tell that, his legato work is fucking crazy. And if you never heard of him or you never watched him, type in Rick Graham. Apparently, way back in the day, he's a bit of a fatty, kind of like I am now. And then I think he just got sick of it and said, fuck this, and did an about face and lost a shit ton of weight in a really short amount of time. And now he's absolutely buffed. I'd like to know what height he is. I'm thinking he's maybe 5'7" or 5'8". I could be wrong. Doesn't matter. He burns on guitar. That's all you need to know. And the one that is probably would give you more on the theory side and maybe more palatable ideas would be David Walliman. I think he's a French guy, and but his English is great. So, but he's a good guy, and I think he did one of the Dweezillas or whatever they're fucking called, the Zappazillas, or I don't know, where they all hook up and do like a workshop bullshit thing in New York. I don't know, but yeah, he's awesome as well. So if you're gonna get some ideas for your guitar playing, check out Rick Graham for the absolute fucking wow factor. I just wish he had more live clips. I haven't seen any. And that kind of bums me out a little bit. Because that's really, to me, that's the true test of how badass you are. Studio, you can fucking put 900 fucking hair ties on your guitar up to the 12th fret and, punch in every fucking 4 bars or whatever the fuck. Live, you can't do that shit. And yeah, so Rick Graham, David Walliman. I feel like I've spoken a lot. And I think I have. And I hope you're doing well. And when something fun comes up, I'll definitely let you know about it. Cool. All right. Talk to you later, man. Bye.